Last time you saw us, we rode tacos with Thrashin Supply. This time, we're going to ride to the mountains. We're going to go down to Paul Yaffe Originals shop. Paul's going to give us a little tour.
Yeah, we're going to do a quick top end.
Yeah. Pre-ride maintenance.
We're Paul Yaffe Originals. We just showed up. We've already got a bunch of rad stories. We're going to get a tour. It's going to be a nice history lesson on one of the OGs in the game right here, the original biker build-off master right here. It's going to be a rad day.
The red bike is the bike that I built to compete against Indian Larry. So this is me with that bike, with my little milk mustache.
2 fresh, clean slates. You called me up and you're like, hey, I did something last year and I think it would be fun to do with you.
Also, once we drifted him around, I wanted to turn it immediately into a stunt bike.
When you did that and I heard you say that, I was like, I hope he goes that route.
We're in Pine, beautiful spot.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
so nice to meet you guys. Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks.
We're gonna let the Thrashin Supply boys take a turn on the Nightster. You've both rode the Nightster, stock and fairly built. What do you think about the two different versions? Next up, we've got Juan. It's a 1,000,000 to 1 chance he's not gonna like it. He did a burnout. Last time you saw us, we rode tacos with Thrashin Supply. This time, we're going to ride to the mountains with Thrashin Supply. We're going to make a few stops. We're going to go down to Paul Yaffe Originals shop. Paul's going to give us a little tour. The guys from Yaffe Originals are going to go along for a ride with us. We're going to ride up to Strawberry up in Arizona. It's like beautiful, scenic beautifulness. Have some lunch. I'm going to go ride this old boy right here. But the first thing I'm going to do is make just a few adjustments, which honestly, the way it sits, I think it just looks goofy with the bars back like this, but it is so comfortable. But I want to move these just a little further forward, just have a little bit of attitude, you know, while I'm riding it. Not much, because I don't want to take the comfort out of it, because right now I feel like I could ride this thing all day long and be totally luxurious. Until you hit a bump, and then the back shock it's pretty low to the ground and it feels like it breaks my back, but she's a ripper. I haven't rode a stock low seat on mid controls in a Softail ever before either, and it feels like my feet and my knees are really high, which I was going to put some other mids on it, but I don't think that's happening now because this is pretty gnarly. But look at this. Riding through this world. All alone. This is comfort. But we're going to move these dudes up. If we can. Hopefully they're not pinned or something weird like that. They're not pinned. Yes. Let's get into maximum comfort. This is how I would have done it 26-year-old Ryan Kruesi. Man, that's miserable. That's really uncomfortable. I think just, man, it's so nice where it was. Just a little bit though, a little bit of action.
Is this during the vest era when you had these?
That vest on the wall behind me era, yeah, 100%. But I had 14-inch ape hangers and forward controls with 3-inch forward control extensions like this. How was that guy? It was a long time ago. That was like 20. That was 20 years ago. Oh man, I've been doing this a long time. I can't believe that was 20 years ago. Everything in my prior life is gone. I only moved out here with what I could fit in my dresser. Either sold or gave away all my belongings. Came out here and chasing the old motorcycle industry because this was the spot. It definitely was not happening in Oregon. This is all one piece. The switch housings are all one piece, which means you can't change the master cylinder anymore. That's kind of a bitch. But it is kind of nice when you want to adjust this stuff because you can just rotate it all at one time.
Motor swap or what?
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick top end.
That's standard.
You know, pre-ride maintenance.
Last bike week we had to do a motor swap in Jesse Ryan's bike.
Then we had to do a tranny swap in TJ's bike.
When the East Coasting guys were at our shop, Sal stole up inner primary because all his internal stuff was all blown out.
Yeah, standard. That's pretty standard, yeah.
Thanks for letting me use your shop.
Here we are, it's just like a street ride. Everybody shows up prepared. Doing a little craftsmanship over here right now, a little slight clutch adjust.
Should we start there?
No, you work there. I'll help you out.
All right.
Tag team this. So you want to just come to where she just
Touches and then like
the
quarter
seats.
turn.
You got a stock lever, so I'd go half to 3/4 on this. Unlike an Elite or one of them easy pulls, you go by a quarter turn, depending on brand.
I've also adjusted it before where I've got on the freeway and then realized that I adjusted it the wrong way. Just like slipping. It's like, damn it.
These rubber things I throw in the trash usually.
It's like the rubber fork boots. Cut those off.
Yeah, they'll be going too.
That was the first thing we got back to the shop. Dom made us cut them off immediately. We're like, dude, we're taking the front end off. He's like, no, I want to cut them.
That's a bullet hole in the wall up there. We're having a little party right here. We have a driving simulator and shit. It used to be set up over here when we were driving, and I was drifting. And I hear this boom, and stuff just comes raining down from the ceiling. And I'm like, quit setting off fireworks in here, damn it. You know, and then we turn around and everybody's freaking out. And some guy had a gun, and he was showing it to our buddy Dennis from Canada. And he handed it to him loaded and didn't tell him. He's like, oh, this is pretty nice. And boom, he shot that lift right there, ricocheted and hit the wall. He's like, oh my God, he's freaking out. I'm like, did you shoot a bike? He's like, no. I'm like, shoot anybody? He's like, no. I'm like, cool. Ah! Welcome to America, dog. His name is Despot Dennis on Instagram.
Time to roll. Down the clutch wheels.
This is how to mount a dealer plate onto a new Harley Davidson. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it properly. You want to make sure you get 2 coats of tape on there. This is high quality U-line tape as well. We only use the best here. I think that's pretty dialed. Ain't going nowhere. We're going down to Paul's right now. Paul Yaffe Originals. You guys know who he is. He's been on the channel a bunch. We're going to go down there, do a little interview, walk through, check out his shop, make a little announcement. Stick around, like, subscribe, don't go anywhere. It's about to get real fire. So much gear. Running around with a big dong on the front of my helmet, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. That's the rig. The rider's rig. Pain in the ass is what it is.
This tool roll set up.
Yep. Oh yeah, good idea.
I'm getting some crucial components for a motorcycle road trip. We got tools and we got baby wipes.
Oh, good idea.
Tools for when you break down. Baby wipes for
I kind of got to poop.
emergencies.
Got myself hung up here. No steering angle kit. So every bike that we have around here has one of our steering angle kits on it. And we have like ridiculous steering angle. So not having steering angle, it's kind of weird pushing things around.
California right there.
Motorcycle shit.
Filled my truck with new Home Depot siding, and we showed up and we were like, dude, you won the contest, man. You're getting a whole new fence today. It's our community improvement thing. And he was so excited, and we tore that whole fence down, put up a new fence, and that's how we got all this great old shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great hustle.
Yeah, he was just, praise Jesus. He was so excited.
Did you build it out like this right when you moved in?
Yeah, we did this when we first took over the building. We did all this. We built all the walls, and there's a second story in some areas. And we're in here for months before we actually moved out of the other shop.
Yeah.
We'd come here, we'd work during the day, and then we'd come and be here all night just banging away.
Well,
We did all this framing and all this stuff. No permits. Never told anybody we were in here, and they caught us right at the very end. We were like 2 weeks from opening, and we were epoxying the back service floor. We had the door open because it really stank. And there was a guy out there smoothing the parking lot out to asphalt the parking lot. And he lifted his back up and he ripped the power wires off the building. And so just my luck, the inspector that came by, he was the guy who signed off on this building. So he looked in the door and he was like, wow, look at what they've done in here. And he pulled up the address and there was no permits.
Oh, no.
So we had to hire an architect to lay out all this stuff in reverse, right, and come up with blueprints. So it took like 3 months and like $8 or $10 grand or something, which was, to me at that time, was all the money in the world, right?
What year did you move in here?
I think 1998, I think, because I was just finishing Prodigy. I finished Prodigy in this year. We kept the showroom here for a long time, but when COVID happened, they shut the shop down. And so we just locked ourselves in here and worked, and we didn't open for a couple of years.
We're Paul Yaffe Originals. We just showed up. We've already got a bunch of rad stories. We're going to get a bunch more stories. We're going to get a tour. It's going to be a nice history lesson on one of the OGs in the game right here, the original bike build-off master right here. It's going to be a rad day, and we're going to go for a ride.
I'm looking forward
He's
to
going to take us up to a special spot for a nice lunch way up in the mountains. Hopefully it's a little bit cooler up there because it's already toasty today. It's a sultry 80 degrees this morning.
The high is 70 up there.
Oh, it'd be
70
beautiful.
all day.
I brought a sweatshirt and a leather and everything just in case, because last time we rode with Paul, we ended up riding through the snow the whole entire time.
Yeah, I've ridden with you
Straight
twice.
snow. Yeah.
First time quicksand.
Yeah.
We sunk
Oh,
our
yeah.
bikes in quicksand. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
And the
we
second time a blizzard, so I don't know what's going to happen today.
we were in Mexico and we took him for a ride to this oyster bar that we go to. Well, that oyster bar is probably, what, 2 miles of sand?
Yeah, 2
I
miles
think we
of
took
like
the wrong,
5-inch
we took the
sand.
wrong road.
Yeah. It was like hard
we
packed.
did. We ended
And then
up taking the
you guys
wrong
seen the
road.
Rocky Point video, and then it dipped down, and the sand would get deep, and it just sunk, and that was the funnest day though.
Oh my God.
Absolute
I was
blast.
laughing so hard.
Yeah.
The sand was so bad, I didn't realize I had scraped all the powder coating off of Joe's primary. It was
Oh,
the
shit.
sand had just like sandblasted it all off from dragging it through
my
that.
God.
I kept trying, right? I remember I kept
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah, you made it pretty
I
far.
was trying to powder
Paul,
coat it, but, yeah,
Paul rode that thing a long ways out there, and I got on the bike, and I'm like, all right, man, I'll take over. I'll ride this thing back. I got this. I'm a stunt rider. I got this. And I got on the bike, was like, I got this.
It was all over.
I'm like, man,
Remember,
Paul
it
was
sunk-
killing
It
it.
sunk so bad that I just got off of it. It
Yeah.
was just standing up. It was sunk in the sand all the way to the saddlebags. So
Yep. It was gnarly. Got great video of Ari eating shit down in the ditch.
oh, that was perfect. Yeah.
Yep. Shall we go on a tour?
I can take you on one. Come on.
All right.
Okay, this is a 30-year-old build that the customer brought to us about 6 months ago. It had been sitting in his garage for 10 years. He hadn't ridden it. He brought it and said, "Would you?" All the rubber was rotted off of it, and he's just having Jack restore it so he can ride it. Yeah, it's cool to see it.
You keep track of all your builds? You know
I
where they are?
don't. I know some of them. There's a couple of them that matter that I'm attached to, so I know where they are. And then a few of them I own. I've given a couple of them to the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum,
Okay.
so they have so everybody can see them because they just sit. I don't ride them; they just sit. So, and then that's the first Discovery bike. The red bike is the bike that I built to compete against Indian Larry. That's the bike that blew the flames. That threw the. It's got a big flamethrower on it. Too. Yeah. Yeah, that pipe will throw 20, 30 footers out of it. So we built that one in 30 days. It was a 30-day build. Yeah. We never left the shop. We were here for 30. I ate and slept here. We never left. Never left.
Wow. You were on the BFE tour? Taking bikes around?
Sure. Yeah, I could probably find this like 10, 12 years ago or something.
I don't think I had done the powder coat yet, but I was like starting to try to learn how to wheelie,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the like I can't wheelie, so
Could
we
I-
hopped
could I-
on my
could I get
bike
on
and
with it?
like we went out on like way out on the res.
Yeah.
You just popped up on the seat and just
Royal seat
all
standards.
day. Yeah.
You do that?
I mean, that's like the guaranteed, like,
Yeah.
you could get grip and,
I
you know.
straight
Yeah.
don't have the balls for that, dude. It's scary. It terrifies me.
Really?
I don't like heights very much, so when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm 20 feet in the air, and I don't have a brake to back me up. So
But like weighing 140 pounds,
Yeah.
like a sit-down wheelie doesn't always hook up
Yeah.
if you're not comfortable with where the clutch slips and everything.
220
Like
plus is the key to clutch.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just
That'll get you traction.
Yeah.
it helps a
that.
lot.
Well, good
yeah.
to see you again,
Yeah,
man.
dude, for
yeah,
sure.
glad we ran
Yeah.
into each other.
Basically, all the bike building goes on in here.
Jaden,
Jack
drop
and
the
Jaden
stereo.
run
Radio.
this
Go with radio.
show
Here's what I want to know. Do you have a photo of you, Indian Larry, and the bikes you guys built when you did this?
somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, 2001, 2002 is when we did the build off, and I took this bike to Brooklyn, and then I lit Larry's shop on fire with it, and then we rode. He and I rode from Brooklyn to Laconia.
Nice.
Yeah, in the rain the whole time.
And I recognize all these bikes. You know, this was back in the days of DVR. You know, and Biker
Right.
Build Off. If you were my age, I was like in my early 20s during that time, and it ruled the world.
It was a popular
It was
thing. It
massive,
really was.
massive,
Yeah, it
and
was
I was
crazy.
living in just soaking wet, rainy, dark sky Oregon. So I watched this episode probably, no joke, 200 times.
No kidding.
Like, because there's nothing else. You know, we'd watch them over and over again. I'd study every aspect of every little thing.
You think it's funny? I've never watched them.
Really?
No, I can't watch myself
It
on
says
TV.
that.
I feel really weird about it. What's the
Yeah.
guy's name? He owns the Legends Museum right outside of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, we've done
It's
stunt
an
shows. for that,
amazing
dude.
museum.
Yeah, we've done a few
Unbelievable
stunt
the way.
shows
Have
there.
you been in his museum? It's
Yeah.
incredible. He bought a couple of Larry bikes from Larry's wife.
We went out there and did a stunt show for that guy when he first
Yeah.
opened. And this lot was very small, and it had concrete K-rails surrounding it. It was really small. Like, I clutched up a wheelie, sat it down, plowed into the wall.
On a customer's bike.
On a customer's
On a
bike.
customer's
Borrowed to do the show. Caved the whole front end on the bike. Just tacoed the wheel right into the
Yeah, I've already
back of it.
decided that you're not riding my Diablo today.
Yeah, I was like,
Motor's brand new. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
we broke these 25s in real nice last night.
I bet you did.
I do the real soft rev limiter burnout break-in miles.
Is that what you do?
Well, on the new bikes, on my
Real soft.
on my own motors that I build, I break them in for like a nice
Real
500 to 1,000
Yeah, I
miles.
like to do that too.
Yeah, I break them in soft. And do you still own this bike?
No, my friend Bill Browning owns it, Browning Rifles. He's got a whole collection. He's got a whole collection of He's got a whole collection of our bikes.
Shot a few of his guns. Yeah.
His wife too, and yeah, he just brought us a live wire that he wants me to turn into a chopper.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm
That'd
gonna
be
do. I'm gonna do an electric chopper. Did you hear that?
Spark
Yeah.
plugs, there's another
I'm gonna
12.
cut the frame apart and. Yeah.
Really? Like
Yeah, I'm
neck,
gonna-
neck
no,
it
he wants
and everything?
yeah, he wants a long front end on it, and we're gonna do a whole chopper form out of a live wire.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah,
How long did you
remember
spend?
no fear.
The whole bike? 30 days.
30 days, start to finish. Yep,
And how much of it was out of a catalog? Or
Nothing.
like- nothing.
nothing.
You,
The whole thing is handmade.
you did everything.
Frame, tank, sheet metal, swing arm, exhaust. The
Wow.
motor came. The motor was
Yeah.
TP,
Yep.
and the tranny was Burt. But other than that, everything's handmade on it.
Wow. And what type of team? Was it just you? Or?
No, it was my whole crew. It was all of us. We shut the shop down for 30 days and we slept here. Yeah,
Wow.
we just it was it was all night, all day, and all night.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then and it left. I mean, it left for I think we took 4 or 5 days to paint it, something like that. I mean, everybody was on notice, right? And everybody was here.
Wow.
Yeah, there was just no way that you could ever. If you were in, I'll show you the fab shop. The other separate building used to be a huge fab shop because we were making. This is all we did was custom choppers, so we were just constantly banging away. Now things here are more production. We still have a small fab shop to do the custom stuff we do, but so there was every corner there was another guy doing another job. Someone's doing the fender, someone's doing the tank, someone's doing the frame, or yeah.
Incredible.
It was crazy.
This is when bike building was bike building. I think it's more like myself included. We're more assemblers these days than like the art piece days. Or
I think they're coming back.
I hope so.
Yeah, I really do. Our little shipping department is where we pack and ship all day. The guys spend most of their days outside because they're loading pallets, and we make all the. Those are, dude. I can't tell you how many trike fenders we sell. It's unbelievable. All the stuff. Soft tails, we make a lot of soft tail fenders for the new M8 stuff. All the new for the
fiberglass
lowriders. It's all glass. Yeah, all composite. Yeah, super durable, super bulletproof stuff.
You guys all manufactured in house?
Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. I'll take you over there. Yeah, everything's made here. So this is the smaller fab shop. But this is just a little FXR project we're doing for Sturgis for my nephew. He just retired from the Navy. We did this bike for him about 15 years ago, and then me and him ripped it to Sturgis. We had this amazing ride to Sturgis. So he was retiring. He's living with us now, and he's coming to the shop every day. I said, "You're going to spend the summer with me, and I'm not going to build this bike for you. You're going to build it." And so we're doing it together. So now I'm making a tank. It'll get an RT fairing and RT bags, and it'll be a nice little 90 RT for him to rip the Sturgis. Last time we rode together, we were coming through Missoula, and we were hot running through Missoula so bad that they shut down Main Street on the end of it and did a roadblock to catch us all because we were on the sidewalks, we were oncoming traffic, just ripping through the town. So they blocked us. They literally did a roadblock and pulled us all over in this parking lot. We actually became friends with the sheriff that pulled us over. Yeah, but they literally shut the town down to catch us, so it was pretty funny. This is your fender. This is the fender I'm making for you. That's for the Fat Bob. That's your Dyna Fat Bob hybrid.
Dyna Bob there.
That's it. It looks, when the seat's on it and everything, it looks really cool. It looks just like and you're still 3 inches forward. This is an M8 FXR it's in the middle of ugly fab time. The cool part about this is that the entire wiring harness and everything from a stock bagger transfers into this. So you've got your full drivetrain, the stock battery caddy, your ABS, your ECM, PCM, battery box, and the full wiring harness. The whole frame has a loom built through it. Yep. It's got dropouts with the EFIs drop and stuff, so you can take a full bagger and transfer it right into this frame and make you an FXR.
Cool idea.
Yeah, and it takes the whole stock FXR rear end bolts on it. It takes a bagger swing arm.
Yeah.
What's that?
You got 2
Oh, I've
bikers
got about
here.
6 or 7. Yeah. Well, I was already telling the guys about my painter, Gary Crisp, and he used to paint me all this crazy stuff. So this is one of the crazy things he painted me. And I was like, great, thanks. Like, what am I going to do with a giant picture of myself, right? So I took it home, and I think I put it in my closet or something. And then Susie and I, when we were dating, my bedroom had these curtains that hung behind it. It was something, I don't know, I saw in a Pottery Barn catalog or something. I thought it was cool. So I had these curtains, like drapes hanging behind my bed. And so it came time, it was Susie's first time to come and spend the night at my house. And so I brought her upstairs, and she went in the bathroom to freshen up. And I ran in the closet, and I grabbed that picture, and I spread the curtains, and I hung it up. On the bed. So, like it was a shrine to myself. And she comes out, and I'm laying on the bed, just, how you doing? You could just see her going like looking at it, like, what the f***? But she thought it was totally, that I literally had a big picture of myself hanging on my bed. And now it's here.
Yeah.
That's when magazines was
Everything.
everything. Yeah. So there was a guy in Century City, Scotty Bryant. He was a painter, and he painted a lot of bikes. Bartels at the time was doing was real part of the custom scene in LA as the Evos were coming out. And so Scotty built him that bike. It was black, and it had this big digital dash with all the digital, tack and speedo before anybody knew how to do digital stuff. Scotty had done it, and it was real. It kind of looked like that Knight Rider car. Was that the kit car with the
Yeah,
light?
with the
It
light
looked
on.
like that. It was kind of, and Mickey hated it. So he took it from Scott because he had hired Scott to build it, but then he brought it to Bartels, and they took all the black shit off of it and put those old tanks. He just wanted just the ground metal tanks.
Yeah.
And then it came to our shop. It came to Showcase Cycles where I was working, and we did that whole front end and everything on it. And I shouldn't say we, because I wasn't working on bikes, and I was helping with parts and wiping oil pans.
If you guys have never seen Harley Davidson Marlboro Man, this is must. This is history.
Is it a movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What year?
God, so it's gotta be, yeah. So
The
that,
good
that
old
guy who
biker
dropped all
magazine
the,
days too. Easy Rider don't even have boobs in it anymore.
What's the point?
What is the point?
So this is me with that bike, with my little milk mustache. My bed sheet is hanging behind me. I'm trying to look all hard.
And where were you when you did that?
This is in my garage on Northern and 19th Avenue. Wow. This is 1988 or something like that. So it's funny to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I moved the handlebars forward because it does feel cooler, and it was a lot of fun. And I was smiling the whole time, but 2 fake discs in my neck, my arm was not smiling. I had like a lightning bolt blowing down my thing.
no,
So
don't wanna
I'm gonna
do
pull them back. I'm getting into the old. I'm finally the dude that has to line the ape hangers up with the forks now.
Right.
Yes, it's gonna happen because when I was riding like that, it was ridiculously comfortable. But it does feel way cooler having them forward. But
Got it.
stunt riding too many years, it's toast. I kind of have my suspicions. I thought maybe you guys would do more of like a tracker or some kind of race inspired was my bet, a little dirt bike style. Because I saw you guys jump in the Nightster, and I was like, oh, they're going to do something crazy like that. But really,
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yep.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna go into detail, but I would say from what you were saying, I'm like,
It just got a lot more interesting.
it's gonna get close.
Yeah,
it
that's
did.
nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So we're talking about stuff that you can't know about. So just
Come on, pull up. Come on, dude.
yeah.
Get
So
the
just like,
focus.
subscribe. We'll see you next time.
All right, so 2 fresh, clean slates. You called me up, and you're like, hey, I did something last year,
Thanks.
and I think it would be fun to do with you and your team. And you brought me here to Paul's
So
shop.
yeah, if you haven't guessed why we're at Paul's, we're at a biker build-off legend right here. We come to talk to him, get the old stories. It's a nice inspirational piece for us because it's season 2. I know you guys knew it was coming. Season 2, build-off YouTube for Harley Davidson. We're going against Thrashin Supply.
What's up?
I'm really excited about this. I love what they're doing. I think this is going to be big, and it's going to be good competition. And I just kind of slipped on what I want to do to this, and come to find out, we're kind of going down the same route. So it's going to be sick.
It's gonna be exciting. The thing is like when you guys called and you were like, let's build a bike, I was like, dude, we can't build another bike. Like, we just gave one away and we put our parts on it, and like, I don't want to do the same style bike we already have in our shop.
Yeah.
Let's do something a little different, a little more choppery. And then I hear you going, yeah, we're gonna do some straight pipes, some chop. And I'm like, that's where we're going. But I think it'll be fun. It'll be cool to see what you do.
We both build like performance style bikes all
Yeah.
the time, and that's what we've been doing. It's what we've been doing forever, and I want to do something different. I came from the chopper world. Like, Paul was a big influence. I came from this style, and I kind of want to go back to those roots a little bit and build kind of a chopper.
I'm with you on that, and I'm excited to see us both rolling into Vegas on these chopper street bobs.
My only problem is I got to figure out how to machine this down so I can get rid of that clutch lever.
Dude, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we gotta
I had to
go
put it out there
suicide
first.
shit.
Yeah, I had to put it out there first so it was on camera. I want to go hard. I bought a frame jig too. I might slice the frame. I don't know if I want to go that extreme, but she said
not?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
We've got more than 30 days, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 days. How many months? We got months to do this.
I think we have 4 months.
4 months.
Oh, that
120 days. That's not that long.
Yeah, that makes me sick to honestly think about building a bike like this in 4 months. Which
But we also have Harley Homecoming. We all going to Sturgis.
we have a lot.
Hey,
going
he
on.
did that in 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many customers say that to me. Wait a minute, what do you mean it's going to take a
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
I watched you do that in 30
Yeah,
days.
but that's 24 hours a
Yeah, I
day.
know. Yeah. You don't want to pay that bill.
Yeah.
Man, I quit doing those kind of drugs a long time ago. Yeah, that kind of stress. Like, so when we have customers, I tell them 6 months minimum because I don't want that timeline and that stress of trying to push myself. But 4 months, I think, is pretty feasible.
I know we already planned on right when we get home tearing right into it to get some of the processes going. You know, because some things will take longer. You know, when you send it out or you try to get something done, it could take 2-3 weeks.
Sometimes
so you
when
see
you're
something
doing
back.
custom parts, like
Yeah.
there's always those delays, which I've had some stuff kind of already in the works for a while because I knew it was coming. Things that I know are going to take a long time, like we're cutting wheels already and those kind of things.
Oh, look, see, so he
So
set
he's
up
got-
the
right,
yeah, he's
right.
already going. We haven't started anything yet. We started all right here.
Yeah. Well, I
Cheating
knew
right
there
out
was
of the gate.
I knew there was a few things that take like 3 to 4 months to happen. So, but I also want to spend some time with the bike and like have a lot of make believe time, you know, and like really feel the route that it's. I have a vision, but is it realistic for the motorcycle? You know, so you spend a little time with it. Today is going to be great riding it and spinning it. Just getting on it already, I kind of already changed my mind on which way I want to go because the way it's set up now, it looks like a bobber. It almost reminds me of a Sucker Punch Sally bike. That old Sucker Punch style with like the 12-inch apes and the
Sure.
smaller fender. Like if it had a shovel head in it right now and was a little lower in the back, it would be an old Sucker Punch bike. But also, once we drifted them around, I wanted to turn it immediately into a stunt bike.
When you did that, and I heard you say that, I was like, I hope he goes that route. Nothing's wrong with that, but then it would
Dude,
be different.
The front ABS doing rollers is an absolute cheat code. Like just burn it out in the parking lot because you just hold on to it. It was just modulating the brake for me. It was
Wow.
just, bob, bob, bob. But it was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll just get another one.
Well, let's fix this bike and let's get on the road.
Let's go.
Let's
go. Give us some words of wisdom on. We do have a pretty generous timeline, but still, it's pretty extreme in the real world. But
I always like to find some really cool part that I want to put in the build, like a Springer fork, or maybe it's a certain tank that I want to change it to, or whatever, and then I'd build the whole bike around that. Something that has major personality, or some really cool, just like the centerpiece, and then the whole bike comes together around it.
I do not have that centerpiece yet.
I think we have that centerpiece. Not
do?
so much a part, but the main idea that we're building.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
I'm super excited. This being a chopper, I can make stuff for it.
Sure.
Like, I want to do a lot of handmade shit, getting back to those old roots. I rode a Rigid for my first year and a half of living in Arizona that I built from the frame up, you know, and had raked and all that, and rode that thing for my daily. And what, you know, like you leave the bar at midnight, you hit a pothole and your headlight bounces down the road, you know, or you hit a pothole and your fender blows off and it sucks your shirt into the tire and then you're wearing a tube top the rest of the way home. Peels, you know, like I kind of miss that life, you know, that luxurious chopper life.
Yep.
I
License
think
plate
it'll
would be
fun.
hanging off the back. I'd
Oh,
be holding
man.
my tank going home.
I
I had a Craft Tech with a 100-inch S&S on it, Rigid.
That's a
I was
violent,
16
that's a
years old.
violent motorcycle.
I was 16 years old and I rode it like it was a dirt bike.
Oh, yeah.
And just pothole, the thing would just fall apart.
First bike I built was a Craft Tech, like the good go-to back then. And I came out of a party one morning that I'd spent the night at, and my license plate was gone, and I come back in yelling and screaming, like, "Bro, where's my license plate, guys? Real funny, blah, blah, blah." A month later, I was going down 35th Avenue, and I saw something shiny that looked a lot like my license plate bracket. And I pulled over, and it was just laying in the gutter like a month later. I found it. So thankfully, these will have suspension. I'm a Moose Manabars. We're going to go for a ride. Like, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Comment down below. Get behind your team. Keep it friendly. Don't be an asshole. This is going to be a good time. Paul Yaffe Originals. Go check him out. He's also got a YouTube going now. He has been around for a long time and done a lot of dope shit. If you don't know who he is, I don't know where you've been. Let's go. I get dudes all the time, like my age, and they're like, you inspire me. I want to start stunt riding. What do you suggest? I'm like, find a different hobby. Is that you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was when I was 17.
That thing's sick. That's a pretty sick bike right there. Is that freestyle money right there back then, or what?
Yeah.
That's
Dude, I'm wearing the same glasses as you.
Yeah. When you told the story, I didn't expect it to be
Yeah, that was
that
sick.
fancy. That's a real nice bike.
That's a nice
Yeah, I
bike.
think I'm dialed.
I mean, Thrashin versus Kruesi, it's going to be awesome. Both of you guys
And they were like,
are doing so many cool things in the industry right now. And like I said before, I've always loved the street bob. Like you said, it's a bobber. It's a very, stripped down motorcycle that you can take in 100 different directions. So I'm excited. We're excited. Harley's excited to see what you guys do with it.
I'm excited. Real thankful to be a part of it. If you don't know, Spat Swedlin, Harley Davidson,
So does this
he's the
have
one that
the,
puts
new
all
style
this stuff
CM
together
too?
for us. Makes all this
I think
happen.
So it has like the one
So,
with, like, the traction control. Like,
go hit up Harley Davidson. Tell him thank you for
I
making
don't
this
know
happen. This is
100%.
pretty rad. Pretty honored. I just worked on my bike in Paul Yaffe
It has,
Originals.
like, the updated stuff.
This is a life moment right here.
no, it's
Let me get a
got
picture of it, actually. Look at this.
With his ratchet.
James Ratchet in my hand. They both ride FXRs in the movie. They both wheelie them and get down to business. Great movie. You guys should watch Harley Davidson Marlboro Man. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. So I wanted to do like a whole replica of that bike. We'll see. See where she goes. I think it's going to be a good time.
I'm gonna sit on an
Mr.
Indian
Yaffe.
blanket and not have a seat. Yeah. He has like this super low seat pan that's like, it's not even a seat.
Yeah.
It's like a wedge.
So my ridge that I rode when I was going to MMI had I just made a metal seat pan and it was sprung. And then I got hit by a truck on 19th and Bell. I got hit so hard it cut the neck off the bike. That seat pan split my bag in half and peeled the skin off the side of my dick like a sardine can. Yeah. Yeah, true story. One of my nuts was black and like this big around. I used to pop that shit out at parties all the time. Like, look at this thing.
Yeah, nice party trick.
Pulled both my hips out of socket, pulled all my tendons out, broke my sternum in my throat, my scapula. Like,
Talk about
gnarly. Yeah.
My bike just went whoop.
That's how I got a job at Trask. I was at school the next day in a wheelchair, and then they called the instructor looking for like somebody that they could bring on as an apprentice. He's like, I got the dude. This dude damn near cut his dick off and didn't miss a day of school. Well, I'm having a pretty awesome day, and now we're gonna go for a ride. I'm probably gonna get some sunburn. I'd put sunscreen on, but all the internet propaganda about it being poison's really got inside my head, so here we go. I love this bike. I love it. It's just soft. Look how strong Harley just makes me smile when I ride it. Ready?
I about pulled my hip out of my socket. Oh, I'm ready to rip.
It's toasty.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got a clock. It's 11:11. I wish to win Biker Build Off Season 2. First stop.
I was pulling out my phone to record back there, dude, and like looking at my phone just swerved almost into a car.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, so we didn't make it far. The camera, Mike flew off out of the camera tray it has and bounced down the road, but it survived. He got it. So it's a good time to get some water in us because it's hot, dude. It's 85 right now already, and it's climbing, and it's still early.
There was a racetrack out here?
Really? Oh. What's the go-to, fellas?
What's up, dude? We're just looking for the right
Need some water.
We just got to food. That brewery, we were in Pine, beautiful spot. I didn't think this place was open because they're closed on Mondays, but lo and behold, it's Tuesday. Oh, here we are. Yeah.
I think they changed the day just for you.
We had a beautiful ride. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was nice.
The bike's beautiful. My only complaint is a fairing would be nice. Or a windshield. Any kind of wind block for like 110 miles an hour with no fairing is a little
Those
windy.
exist.
Yeah.
Those exist.
But other than that thing was beautiful. Handled great, cornered great.
Never been up here.
No?
No. It's been rad. Going through different terrain, like seeing the cactuses, those wide open roads. We were 5th, 6th gear, wide open.
It's cool.
And then started to climb elevation, and now here we are with the pine trees, and it cooled down quite a bit. It's still very nice out. Beautiful day.
Definitely feeling not having the fairing. I'm just holding on. There was an area where we were ripping pretty fast, so I was just like white knuckling. I had to tuck in a little bit to get some rest, but no, it's been great. The scenery is amazing. The weather's all time, and just having a good time running with the boys.
Now the man on the FXR.
Yeah.
How was
5th
it?
gear wide, bro.
Yeah, everybody was 6th gear and you just.
Yeah. It's really, really nice roads, some fun canyons. Don't need a sweatshirt to ride. It's nice.
But yeah, lunch was great.
You did?
That burger was great. This place is great. This ride is great. Everything's great. What a great Tuesday.
It is. It's a great Tuesday. Better than the Monday that I thought it was for sure, but man, super sick. We're getting ready to ride home. We're going to get some coffee and we're going to go back to the shop. Hell of a great day.
It was a great
Thank you
day.
very
Thank you
much.
guys so much for coming and
Very
hanging out with me.
awesome.
I'm so glad I got to ride with you guys today. Yeah,
It was a
awesome.
good adventure, good ride.
That ride was really, really good.
It was beautiful. And it was green.
It was.
We don't-
And I love learning everything about Paul.
It was awesome. Thank you very much. The history lesson was awesome.
my
I love
honor,
getting
and
to hear the world of the custom world.
We've been doing it a long time.
It's rad. Bike's beautiful. You liked it?
Yeah, this thing ran great. Yeah, it
Ran
really
great.
good.
Yeah, you were going triple digits the whole way here. Breaking that 131 in.
That sun was on the speedo. I couldn't see. I was slowing down and speeding up. I was, 100, 120, 100.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
so much, so nice to meet you guys. Yeah, pleasure. I feel like I made new friends.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
All right. Boys ready to hit the road?
Let's ride.
All right.
Friends out front right now. We're going to get one of the Thrashin boys to ride the Nightster.
We're going to let the Thrashin Supply boys take a turn on the Nightster. So you know what I'm flipping my hat around. It's like flipping a switch, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous. To be honest, this thing's pretty gnarly right now.
Yeah?
Well, I was wheeling it when it was like untuned and a little more manageable.
We're going to wheel just on the street a little bit or here?
On a closed lot by a professional.
Yeah, that's right.
Smoother. It's easier to wheelie.
Really?
Yeah, it's smoother. Smoother, but you like second gear rollers. I don't even got I just vroom and give it gas.
Yeah.
And a little front brake and blah, 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 blah. Whew. That thing gets the old blood pumping.
Yeah.
I tried to scrape it right here. I draw back. It feels
close.
It feels so deep on that thing.
There it is.
You gotta bring it up and ride the brakes, and then you just let off the brakes to come back deeper. It's like backwards. It's like wheeling a dirt bike. You can't like flick it because it'll flick you over.
Yeah.
You want to bring it low RPM and just bog it, walk it, seat bounce.
But I was just getting used to like where this clutch lets out. And then also it's crazy like when I'm doing that burnout, how you have to keep the power band.
You gotta be about 4,000.
Yeah, once it drops, it just slugs. It almost falls on its face.
When you're trying to wheelie, like get at a regular kind of speed and then brake check with the back and then come off that brake check with a really low RPM. It'll bog up and you can't flick it back like you need to go deeper. You want to ride the brakes, and if you need to go deeper, you let off the brake but keep the throttle slow. Yeah. Because it's like a dirt bike, it'll toss you.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. Paul, want to give it a shot?
I give it a shot.
I also don't like that there's no mirrors. I mean, we're just so used to mirrors. Like, we were on the street, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
don't run mirrors on a stunt bike, you know. Which I'm putting mirrors on my Dyna I'm building as a stunt bike because riding street rides with mirrors I did the last time, it's really nice knowing if somebody's coming down the back.
Mirrors are nice. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good test run right there. He's got them old Supercross bike skills. I bet he picks it up pretty fast. I think dirt bike guys that can wheelies, dirt bikes and sport bikes will be able to pick this up a lot faster. You gotta get it deep fast. You gotta get her deep fast.
Oh. Dude, I don't know how you wheelied it so easy.
Practice.
Dude, he's the only one that could wheelie it like that. I can't wheelie
it's
that
like,
thing to save my
I
life.
think- I don't know. It's so different from like a Dyna, and I'm so afraid it's just gonna throw me back.
Yeah.
But then like I kind of missed that point of actually getting back there. But it's too late and it starts to fall on its face.
When you initiate, you want to seat bounce it like straight to bounce.
Yeah.
And then you just got to finesse it from there.
Yeah.
Like really easy throttle maintenance. And you kind of got to ride the brake the whole time. And you modulate your depth with the brake less than the throttle, you know? Like
Yeah.
You
See, I'm
kind of
not good
ride
at
brake
that.
and then come off brake to go a little deeper.
Yeah, but dude, it's a burnout machine.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Second gear's nothing.
Yeah.
And you quit third right there too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it just eats the gears away. It's so nice having like a seat too, like something to sit on.
You see, like, we made the seat so if you pop up on the front of the seat comes up and then it pops up onto this. This is up and flat, so it'll sit you up
plane.
on.
Yeah,
it'll
to
sit
get
you
up
right
there.
up on the gas tank.
It feels really comfortable and controllable when it's like sideways.
Yeah.
Like I've never really been that sideways before while I'm sliding.
Yeah.
I'm pretty new at this.
So you can, with this, you can control it so well too. If you want to shift, you just kind of brake and pop up, and you can throw it this way, and you can brake, pop up, and it'll throw the next way. You know, the brakes are phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's
Stock
you can
brakes
really
are
feel in your finger like how much pressure you're giving it.
Yeah.
Like get some feedback from the front end.
Gearing makes a huge difference on the thing eating. Pop, pop. Want to ride it, Matt?
I'm not going to be doing any of that
No,
stuff.
just ride this thing, dude. Just like the actual riding of it is, and go give her hell too. You've both rode the Nightster stock and fairly built. What do you think about the two different versions? You know, like stock
compared to this?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels more aggressive like this. Like you're actually like sitting in a saddle that's like keeping you up and in a upright, like aggressive kind of posture. The suspension's lot better.
That's
like,
my number one thing. That
actually being like off the ground, you're not like. I feel like even going around turns, you feel like you're gonna like drag the frame. Right?
That's my number one thing. Is like right off the bat, the biggest change that I still want to do to ours is suspension. Get it off the ground. I like that it felt a little more cushy. I feel like with the cush, you can wheelie a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So that's like the number one, and we've been waiting for ours. I can't wait to put our suspension on ours because I think that's going to be the biggest game changer.
Definitely.
We already gutted the stock muffler out.
Yeah.
And so it's already ours already kind of sounds like that.
The stock muffler's choked up hard.
Yeah.
Like
but we did like you recommended. We left the cat in.
Yeah.
You know, I know you don't maybe recommend that if you can tune it, but we couldn't tune it, so we just
if you can't, it just falls apart.
Yeah.
It needs some back pressure on the stock tune for sure, but just opening the muffler up, you'll pull like 11 wheel horsepower out of it.
But the thing is like it's so different than these.
Yes.
And the power band is so different, and the control is so different that when I get on it, I don't necessarily feel like I'm on a Harley.
It's more like a Ducati Monster or
yeah.
something.
Feels a little more sport bike.
Have you ever rode a FZ?
I've ridden a Monster.
So the FC is like a twin cylinder, parallel twin, like naked kind of stunt bike kind of thing, but real nasty like that, and it feels a lot like that.
Yeah.
Balance point is a lot more like a sport bike. It's more like knife edge.
Yeah.
How the Dyna just drops in, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have that drop in. You know, you got more like sport bike knife edges. It feels to me also like I rode a Supermoto for the first time. It feels a lot like a Wheelie and a Supermoto too.
Yeah.
Which that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. This has like a interesting like 2-stroke power band though.
Yes.
So it's like kind of dead on bottom, but then it just takes off, which is scary for wheeling because like you start at a low RPM and you work your way through that like dead zone.
When you're used to wheeling
when
these.
you're used to
We've been wheeling these the last couple hours all day today. Then you get on that and it is so different.
The variable valve timing hits like VTEC and a Honda. It's like a B series. It's that and you're like, what? It's on. It's like when you're drifting and stuff, you want to be in that variable valve timing the whole time.
Seeing how easy you would get it up and to balance point and like it looked like you weren't even working it at all. I was expecting to get on it and be able to do that, and it's like, nope. Like I felt very nervous, like trying to find the balance point.
It's just you have to catch it at the proper time. That's all it boils down to. Like you were getting it up there, I was watching. I was like, oh, he's gonna get it. You got it. You were just catching it a little too low. When you bring it up, you were catching it kind of low and then trying to bring it up like a Dyna, you know, which you can't catch low. You got to catch like at 12.
Right.
And once you do that, then it's just butter. It's just super smooth. You can clutch that thing up at like 30 miles an hour too, and it wheelies like a regular motorcycle.
It's just a stunt lot you gave us. There was a lot of bogeys out there.
There was. Well, they're all AI.
Yeah.
They were all AI. We embossed those in there. Just
why'd you hire all those people to come attack us, basically?
Just to keep the intensity up, you know. I don't want Thrashin Supply making us look bad out here, so I had to.
It was a little weird too how there wasn't a lot of cars that came by when you were on the bike. And all the bike.
Hit it, Matt. You got to ride it, Juan. Just take her for a rip up and down the road.
I'm trying to get him to do burnouts, and he was scared. I think that's the bike to learn.
It will do a burnout. It will also come out sideways on you real fast, but just go out, ride it, and be generous with the RPMs. Give her the beans when you get out there.
Give her hail.
He's got a smile.
It's scary.
It gets the heart pumping.
I mean, it goes so fast. And after, I just spent 300 miles on a road glide, and then you get on this, I'm like shifting it like a road glide. I'm like, well, no, I gotta let it go.
Yeah, you take it up in the RPMs, and it just
goes.
Compared to a stock one, you've rode stock.
It's just got more power. Obviously, completely different rider triangle. It's it's nice to sit on top of it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It feels like a dirt bike or something.
It really does. It was fun.
You come back smiling. I like it. So far, we've got nothing but positive reviews. Next up, we've got Juan. It's a 1,000,000 to 1 chance he's not going to like it.
Yeah, my man's on his tippy toes.
Yeah! He did a burnout.
Little skid.
Yeah, he did it. Juan didn't let us down. Oh shit, he did a wheelie.
Watch Juan get it before us.
Yeah, why it comes through, just dial.
Hell yeah, Juan. Yeah, dude. Yes. Let's go. That was all. That looks solid. Oh.
Double wheelie, dude. He's bouncing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, him coming back with that smile makes me smile. That was awesome.
Wow, this thing's crazy. It doesn't, like you guys said, like no disrespect, but it doesn't feel like a Dyna. It doesn't feel like a Harley. It feels like a smart bike.
Yeah, definitely.
But the suspension is just like the biggest difference you feel on it. So even when you stand it up, but just doing a little seat bounce, and it's just like so smooth, and it just like wants to come up and respond to it. The throttle is just, it's there. It's crazy. It's super fun. I'm like,
I've been riding it for quite a while now, and I still get off. Like heart pumping, pounding every time. She's adrenaline. You rolled some burnouts.
I mean, this easy on this bike.
Yeah, she's an animal. That's American Suspension Racing on there. If you're curious about what kind of suspension that is everybody's talking about, that is American Suspension Racing, available at KruesiOriginals.com. Back live in the newsroom right now with Thrashin Supply. We just had an amazing 2 days.
my GoPro, dude.
Oh man,
Keep going.
cut and scene. I've wanted to do some of you guys for a long time. We tried to work it out, and now we finally have, and I'm super stoked that this is happening.
Same.
And I think that this is going to be a fantastic battle between the two of us. It's going to be rad. I'm super pumped that we're kind of doing the same thing, which is awesome. I'm really, really glad that you guys are fully on board, and I'm really glad that we think alike. That's clear. You guys came up with the same idea to be different than us, and we came up with the same idea to be different from you, and it turned out to be the exact same thing.
As soon as you started talking about, you were saying, you were like, I'm going to do these pipes and this, and I was like,
Wait a minute.
what the hell is in my mind?
And then he said suicide shift, and I was like, dude,
He's like, we got to suicide shift this bike.
Oh, yeah. So as soon as you guys said we're going to build a chopper, too, I had to spit out we're going to do a jockey shift first. You know? I'm going to lay claim that. The only problem is the hand we got to figure out something like that. What I think I might need is one of the Thrashin Supply end pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm going to flip it on the other side and bolt it up like that. I don't want to beat you with your own stuff, but I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys, great energy, great time. Got me really excited, got me inspired to do this again. And
Well, thank you for calling us.
Yeah.
This is kind of your program. I think you're kind of like carrying the torch on this biker build-off stuff, and I think you're doing it right.
Blockhead started it all.
Okay.
He brought this to the table originally, and he started it with Matt over there, Swedlin from Harley Davidson. You guys were kind of the brainchild behind this, and then we went against Blockhead, and we won, so we got to keep moving on.
Oh, so is
like-
that the deal? You carry the torch?
Well, I think. I mean, they just offered it to me again, so,
Making up the rules.
you know.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
So we just keep it going, and then, like, if there was somebody else I wanted to go against, it was you guys. This is going to be epic.
Super cool. Super
And we
cool.
got super dope bikes. Last thoughts on the Nightster. Let's go.
It's a sport bike.
Juan?
Yeah, I mean, it's epic. You guys have it dialed in, like, perfect to have a lot of fun with it, whether it's burnouts or wheelies. Like, I know I'm not there, but just hopping on it for a couple of minutes, like, I was stoked. I was, like, shaky, and I was smiling. It was sick.
You looked good on it.
I felt comfortable, honestly, so you guys set it up really nice.
Cole?
Yeah, just like what Juan said, if I was going to have that bike, that's how I'd set it up. I think you guys did a great job with the ergonomics of it, the way that the saddle sits, everything just feels in place.
Wait a second. We have two of them.
I know, but
But
like,
so is the direction?
we're not,
so
we're not going that direction. We're not going that direction.
So the same conversation, to be different, was had with those bikes too. We
Yeah.
were like, should we set them up like our Dynas, like similar? And we're like,
And then
nah,
you said that thing. You're like, I jumped mine off of a quarter pipe, and it was amazing. And I was like, we're making these jump bikes.
Yeah, and dude, you guys already hit them dirt jumps. I wouldn't hit those dirt jumps on a bicycle. So, I mean, that was nuts.
I just said a supercross whoops on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
So
I'm
you
excited to
give
get
some
suspension.
suspension underneath those
Yeah.
things, and I want to see you guys hit something gnarly.
Yeah.
I think it's doable. I think like
you guys.
five more minutes of you on that bike, you had it. You had it there. You could ride wheelies on that thing. You'd have
I
it
had
dialed.
false confidence after watching you. You get it up so easy, and I'm like, oh, this must be easier than a Dyna. And no, you're just really good at it.
I have been riding it for almost a year. I think, yeah, almost a year. At first, it was scary. Like stock seat, that's scary.
Because then you're like doing a pull up while you're trying to wheelie.
Yeah.
Then I had Harley. The P&A seat is really good. You guys have those?
Yeah. We got it, but after we already went out and wheeled it, and then we started taking them apart.
That seat is nice. I think that seat should come on the special. I've already said it 100 times. Let's make it happen. No, that is a really, really nice seat.
Well, hopefully we can have ours done, and the ideas that we have for the same time we meet up with these.
Oh,
We'd have
yeah.
a little display of the Nightsters, a little display of these bikes.
Little Nightster session.
cool.
You know what would be fun is if we took a little trip out to your guys' spot and we had a Nightster day. Because we've got 2 Nightsters. You guys got 2 Nightsters. When you guys can
Nah,
two
we
up
need
on
a third
Nightster.
Nightster. No, but I think that'd be rad.
Make it happen.
We'll take you on the California coast.
Very nice.
I've never been to Neptune than that.
There
What?
it is, dude.
yeah.
What? You
Oh,
were
yeah.
Never been,
California.
yeah.
Oh,
Northern
dude.
California.
And he left it at 12.
All right. Well, we'll show you around. We'll show you the ropes.
Yeah.
I just want to go
Long
there and ride a
time.
wheelie in front of it. Just
Yeah,
for-
you gotta see the
That was
wheelie.
like-
I've never done that. We got to do that. Big third gear Smoky on the Nightster in front of it. Get that one shot, and then
You
we'll.
just-
We get arrested.
Yeah, you only get one chance though. Well, you gotta fuck it.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't stop looking at your tactical torch, dude.
Yeah.
Close this thing out so I can play with that.
That's it. If you're not following Thrashin Supply, I don't believe you. Go follow them, like, subscribe. Go follow Harley Davidson because they make all this happen. Kruesi Originals, KruesiOriginals.com. Like, subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching. You guys make this happen. Peace.
Peace out.